Shopify Rebellion have proven already that they belong in the conversation when it comes to Championship Sunday, but they just haven't turned out the goods on that Sunday. Beating C9 here, Wes, is it going to be convincing enough for you in terms of a dominant fashion to put them in that conversation once again with some of our top teams?
No, I need to see that series against Sentinels later tonight to truly know where this team stands amongst the greats we have in our league right now. But I do expect them to put in some serious work on Cloud9. I think Cloud9 is in deep trouble with how talented this Shopify Rebellion roster is. If Sentinels earlier today 3-0'd Cloud9 like they did, I'm expecting an even more dominant performance. I think Shopify want to set the tone for a series that we all have our eyes set on later tonight by doing the exact same in better fashion.
We have the potential to see some pop-offs today as well. Our head-to-head, Supressed versus Sav. And Tim, I got to ask you about these two individuals, why they're right now being compared, what makes them so good, what makes them game changers for their teams?
They're both all-around players, but Supressed is the one for me that I really have to focus on. Not only is this guy an all-around player, not only does he have that clutch potential that Clutch was talking about, that Wes was talking about, but he's also got good vibes. And, you know, I don't think we talk about that enough. Having a teammate on your team that just brings that positive energy, brings those good vibes, especially when things are not going well, which, you know, sometimes they don't. It's just a great addition to the squad.
Now, Wes mentioned it earlier that Shopify Rebellion, the more exciting matchup is coming up, but in order to get there, in order to create that atmosphere later on, they need to show out here. A 3-0 dominance is going to be what the doctor ordered for Shopify Rebellion. Let's see if they can remedy things back from London, improve on it. And as I say that, we're getting into games, so it's going to be you boys casting this one. Have fun.
He may just throw this one away, but where did SoulSnipe just come from? The back smack out of nowhere.
Yeah, great aggression out of SoulSnipe. It's Sacrifice that has to get this kill. Jumps inside the hill, but he gets contested. That's going to be another one down for the side of Cloud9. It could be Rebellion taking this first hill.
And when we talk about plays that don't show up on the stat sheet, those are plays right there. SoulSnipe falling from the heavens to get that back smack. The rest of Rebellion now picking up on it, but they weren't able to steal away the hill. Oh. Yes, they were.
With them being 3 down and that camo coming up, Rebellion can pretty much put a bow tie on this very first game if they play it correctly. Rebellion already aware of that, going to be pushing through. Tons of damage on a Cykul. That's what he does best. Look at this. The double, the killing spree. Cykul's on fire. Have 3 down for Cloud9 and they can close out this hill.
There it is. We see them jiggle peeking over toward the hill. We see SoulSnipe flying off of the top row to make sure to secure those kills, which eventually secures that hill. And that's a 3-2 win for Shopify Rebellion.
My goodness gracious. I mean, again, starting off a little bit slow there, but again, they come through victorious. Now Mental has a chance to make some impact here. Let's see what he does as he sees all the members of Cloud9 and at least gives that information.
As much as we give credence and credit to Shopify Rebellion, the ability to speed up the game, look at the patience that they've had multiple times during this game, waiting for their time to strike. And with that camouflage, Mental's going to lead to a full 4 down for Cloud9. Shopify Rebellion take the lead.
This is the game they've been looking for. This is the lead they've been looking for. Cloud9 now have to close here, but again, it's Shopify with that camo in their hands, in the hands of Cykul.
Closing on the opposition here. Making sure his teammates are with them. When they collapse together, and when they do, they execute. Do Shopify Rebellion full squad wipe. Cloud9 go down.
I mean, that again was a lead that Cloud9 had, and they let it slip. They allowed that camo to go on the hands of Cykul. He made some impactful plays, did a lot of damage, and now it's only a 3-kill game here. Cloud9, though, they still lead. They've taken some great angles here on the side of Cloud9 towards Shopify Rebellion. They need to continue this, and they do. The push comes out.
A one-shot SoulSnipe gets the kill. It's Cykul and SoulSnipe that clear out the blue side of the map all by themselves. Back-to-back kills leads to a 3 down for Cloud9. And now Shopify Rebellion not only take the camouflage, they take the lead.
I mean, this was beautiful out of Shopify. That double push towards the blue. It's, again, one of the most aggressive teams in the league in Shopify Rebellion. They wait for their moment, and they strike.
48-46. And now Shopify Rebellion identified this is the 2-pronged attack that they want, pinching Cloud9 in between flowers, in between Yard and the cafe side, slowly approaching them, but multiple go down, and Mental closes it out.
Shopify now lead 2-0 versus Cloud9, and I hate to sound like a broken record, Tony. I know you always say, Tim, why do you repeat the same stuff? Well, I'm going to repeat something once again, and that is, again, we find that a team cannot close there was a chance there for Cloud9 with that, I believe it was a 6-kill lead to close out that game, and they just couldn't do it. Yeah, Shopify are picking apart one by one, and now 245 and counting for them as they look to close out this series and potentially will do just that. 3-0 sweep for Shopify.
250 to 135 will be your final score line, and although we want to give our flowers to Cloud9, we want to talk about the fact that this was much a better performance.
Back in London, they actually didn't have to fight a team that are honestly more close quarters to them and their skill level and their ceiling. So this is a huge deal. Wes, when it comes to the individuals here, who needs to be stepping up, who needs to perform to be a difference maker in the series?
To me, I have all eyes on Cykul in this series. This kid is next up. The big deal, the real deal. And if you watched his gameplay throughout all of London, he is something special to watch. And I literally was thinking to myself the other day, I go, who does he remind me of? And if you start paying attention to Cykul, Dave, I promise you, he's got a little pistola in him. The way that he maximizes his damage output and refuses to take damage at times only reminds me of a player to Pistola's level. And I think that that is the ultimate compliment you can give a young player like Cykul.
We talk about how they both lost to the big three in their losses at London. However, Shopify beat players in the big three. That's the difference maker, and when you see that out of Sentinels, and why not start with someone in maybe the new big four?
Yeah, exactly. I love that, the new big four, and 100% I think Shopify Rebellion are trying to cement themselves up there and doing a good job so far. Cykul versus Falcated, the star matchup for this series.
Sentinels go 3 down, last player alive, Precision, and he's got Cykul with the grapple flying towards his respawns. Precision gets caught out, and this is the pace that Shopify loves to play at. They are staggering the respawners of Sentinels. They are split spawning them in situations where Sentinels do not have an answer to stop this pace. But he's just into an exposed area. He's gonna have to give that life once again. The lead up to 10 now, make it 9 as they approach the 40 kill mark.
Oh my God.
Beautiful plays from Cykul as he gets a stick as well on the Falcated up top glass. Boobadooboo does have a shock rifle in hand, but it may be too little too late. And there it goes. 48 to 48. The game gets got all tied up as Mental goes down. Boobadooboo goes down, making it 49-48.
Lethal had gotten a remote detonation right before.
Ammo's up too.
This is just going to be a bait, right?
Yeah,
I don't know
you
if
have
anyone
to
can go snag it. And look at this, just trying to scope out, see where these players are at, knows where the action's at, going in for the trade and gets the kill.
It's another heartbreaking Slayer loss for Sentinels. The series gets tied up, and Shopify do just enough to get the job done. And not to beat the dead horse, but it is just a dominant performance from Cykul and the boys on Shopify. He picks up another double, and it is perfect Halo being played here on Live Fire King.
Grab 3 hills to bring this to overtime and just count down these last few seconds, Wes, as Shopify Rebellion are looking to win this series 3-1.
Why not get another double?
Worth Hill.
That would be disrespectful, and it's all love there up on the main stage. No bad blood between these two teams, but if you're Sentinels, that is a series you're gonna wish you had another chance to play, because Shopify came to play here today.
Now Atlanta, make some noise for Shopify Rebellion as they will win their pools with that matchup, I believe. Man, and I got Mental with me on the main stage. We got a chance to watch it play back-to-back, Cloud9 and Sentinels. Talk to me about just how proud you are of the boys to be able to come away with both those wins.
Yeah, so the first match was a really good match out of us. We showed a lot of resilience. Cloud9 played really strong. We had a couple good comebacks throughout the first series, and that's where it really started for us going to that second series. A lot of momentum. And then, of course, Sentinels is a very strong team. They took the map 1 on us, and a good Forbidden out of them. And then we bounced back with a good Slayer win. We all played really well. And then we had a little team talk after that because we were staggering a little bit and having some solo deaths, which wasn't, ideal for us. So after that, we came out even stronger and finished at 3-1.
Boom, just like that, okay? 3-0, 3-1 here, being able to lock up that Pool C, I believe it is. But, now last time I got a chance to really talk to you guys, it was London, okay? You guys make top 4, top 3 at that, and be able to come out. But on Sunday, you guys didn't win a map, okay? It was 0-3-0-3. What did you guys learn from that between events and that you want to bring to this event to work on?
It was really just coming down to our teamwork going into Sunday. We knew we were like one of the better teams going to the actual Sunday, so we kind of just shrugged it off and hit the lab when we got back and just talked about just less solo challenge, kind of what we were doing at the beginning of the series against Sen too. And yeah, that's all it really came down to be honest.
There you go. Okay, now here watching this series, you know, one of your teammates I want you to talk about is Cykul, okay? He is so consistent, came away with some big doubles, some big slays. Talk to me about what he brings to the team.
I mean, yeah, Cykul's one of the best players in the game right now. We knew since when I teamed with Rain and Ryan, that was the fourth we wanted to go with, and ever since teaming with him, he's been nonstop improving. And yeah, like I said, he's one of the best players in the game right now, and he brings a lot to the team. Like, he's all around very well player.
All right, definitely is. And now lastly, anything you want to say to Shopify fans before I get you up out of here, because I know you want to go rest.
Yeah, a shout out to all the fans, shout out to my boy that came, and shout out to Shopify, really. They've been with them since day one, so I appreciate them.
All right, there you go. And I'm pretty sure they appreciate y'all as well. Atlanta, make some more noise for Shopify Rebellion as they take care of their pools. That's going to do it for me and Mentor on the stage. A lot. Back to you.
Do a little recap here at Atlanta. What's the date today? 26th?
No idea.
Something like that. Anyways, we played. We were supposed to play like 3 p.m. today. It was like an hour delay because of audio issues. So we ended up playing at like 4-ish against Cloud9. That was the first match of the day. We ended up winning 3-0, but it was close. Some of the maps were pretty close, closer than it should have been. But either way, as we went map by map, we kind of got into the groove of things, and you know, we've already been playing a lot better as the training goes on.
Yeah, I think we played pretty well that series. I just think we had some rusty comms, you know, trying to get into the flow of the tournament a little bit, but it helped us for the next series, you know. Another tough match for Sentinels after that.
Yeah, and then we ended up beating Sentinels. We had to play back-to-back, and at least it was on main stage, so we didn't have to move or anything. But yeah, we played like 10 minutes after, maybe 15. But yeah, we ended up 3-1ing Sentinels. We started down 0-1. We lost Forbidden CTF, but they played it really well. We could have played it better. And then we ended up winning the next 3 maps, which I don't know if they were that close, but
Slayer was close.
Slayer was close, yeah.
We were in control the whole time, and they brought it back. But once we got to that Streets Ball, we knew we were chilling. That's one of our best game types.
Yeah, dominant Streets Ball,
Yeah.
and then dominant
Live Fire Hill.
Live Fire King. So
Yeah, two really good game types for us, and I think we played pretty close to perfection on both those maps.
like I said, we got a lot better as the training went on, map by map. So yeah, it was a really good feeling, I guess, that we played really well, and we're very confident going to tomorrow. And we play Alpha, our last pool play match.
2-0 in pool play pretty much solidifies us for first if we beat Alpha, especially. I think the only way we don't get first is if they sweep the pool. So, you know, knock on wood, but you know, we're feeling pretty confident tomorrow. We played them in London. They're a good team. They've gotten a lot better. So, looking forward to start our day with that match and hopefully continue a nice winners bracket run after that.
Yeah, basically, well said.
Wes, this team caused some serious upsets last time in London on Saturday. They managed to do some crazy things, solidifying themselves in the top 3 conversation by the end of the weekend. Does this team just come out different on day 2?
I think this team is just different. I think they are in the conversation with the tier 1 teams we have. Optic, SSG, FaZe, throw Shopify in there. They have showed me consistency and the level of play that matches the big dogs in our league, and I can't wait to have them have another opportunity to create a potential, we're going to call it an upset, but at some point this season, it's going to become a regular thing that Shopify are here to stay. In the winners bracket semifinals, it feels like they have been in every single one of these series, and they've created some of the biggest upsets so far this year. It would not surprise me if it happens again.
But we do have a head-to-head just to freshen things up a little bit here. It's Lucid versus Supressed, and honestly, I am not shocked that this is our head-to-head. You're talking about main slaying ability. Both of these guys comes to mind with both of these rosters. Unbelievable stuff. I think on one side, you got Lucid, who had that slow start on Friday. Uncharacteristic. We love that, and turnaround was everything to end up on that top 5 KD leaderboard by the end of the day was huge, and I think everyone knows that superstar potential he has, but I want to harp on about Suppressed. Maybe a superstar in the making. People might not be talking about as much as you would a Lucid, and Clutch, this guy can do it all too. This guy is fierce when it comes to the gameplay.
He has no fear is what I love about Suppressed. When I watch his game, he is willing to take risks that traditionally a lot of our other top players, they won't take that risk. They won't give up some of those deaths, but reap some of the rewards that come from the plays that he makes. And when Suppressed can find his flow, when he can find his rhythm and comfortability in a series, the duo that him and Cykul become is daunting for anyone. We saw what they were able to do against SSG in London. Something very similar could happen to Optic if they allow Suppressed to hit the ground running and catch fire.
Rebellion are in the same position they were in Hill number 1. The chance and the question now is, can they see it out?
Looks like this one's going to be an easier one to hold on to. Optic not even going to try and challenge for it. They're going to set up for next. They were more than happy to give that one up. We mentioned Suppressed right at the start of this segment, and it's 11 kills for him already. He is already proving why he is such an important member of this Rebellion roster.
3 members of Optic Gaming go down. Dead Zone's the final man standing for the green wall, but no longer is Cykul. Shocks off his face.
That's a big kill, because that will stagger the spawns now for Optic. Rebellion have the extra player for the remainder of this push, and again, another staggered spawn. Rebellion have a real opportunity of getting this hill and tying it up 2-2. They just need to be careful of any sort of flank down towards long haul. It looks like there is going to be progression over towards gold, but Cykul shuts that down immediately, and we're tied up 2-2. We've got a game on our hands.
The question is now, can Rebellion influence the spawns the way they like? Can they keep them over towards pipes to control this hill?
27 seconds left. It could be the last hill, and Cykul may be recognizing that. Does have camouflage, so he plays a big part in these final moments. Not only is he taking seconds, but he's going to be a difficult kill, but does go down. At least trades, as now Optic step into the hill. This is going to be a tough one for Rebellion off spawn. Is there anyone that can stop Dead Zone? No. He survives, and he will hold this spawn over towards C.
This one's a nail biter, down to the wire. Final moments then, who's got the ice? Formal's going to fall, SoulSnipe's going to as well. Cykul's got a kill on the Lucid though. Numbers favour Rebellion, but the kills are coming one way as well. Lucid and Formal just coming off the respawn now any second, but it's SoulSnipe inside the hill with 18 seconds left on the clock. Do they have enough? Yes, they do! Rebellion take the lead here.
18 seconds remain then for Optic to try and rescue this game. We go back to the first hill, back over towards batteries. Now it's down to 13 seconds, and Shopify Rebellion doing their best to keep Optic away from this hill. They need to make sure no one steps in. Well, for a team that couldn't even take a map off them back in London, it looks like Rebellion have learned from those mistakes. They've licked those wounds, and they've made sure they've healed up already for Atlanta.
Let's take stock then. Currently 37-31. We're heading towards the end, we're heading towards the finish line. It's not been a marathon this Slayer, it's been a sprint. Can Rebellion close this one out? We've seen so often how teams get close to causing these upsets. I'm not even sure whether we can call it an upset. But one thing I'd love to do is listen to their communication, see what it's like inside the camp. Let's take a peek.
I got that one, Stuck him. Alright, last guy was green.
He's gonna look at you, Donnie. He's gonna look at you, I think.
That's his one. Yes, they're gonna spawn A. They're gonna spawn figure in A. Nice, Donnie. Live up. They're gonna spawn figure in A. Snipe in A, boys.
Let's play for this site, boys.
Hey, blind nades, spell screens. Alright, and one's in A. Yeah, I'm looking at you, Mike. They could hit our left.
I'm going big.
Yo, watch out, we could fuck those spawns over.
2 in A.
Grab Sam. Yeah, press hold on. Look, Billy, I'm not with you. 2-5, good DM, 2-5. I'm 1. I'll bring Sam back for a little bit.
I'm trying to press guy big. There was a guy big as well.
Nice, Preston.
Looking at you.
I have your help, Preston. Video. Pillars up, formal. Pillars formal, one shot.
Alright, good console.
That's not just spawn.
I'll get Billy.
That's not just
The belief is there. Rebellion can feel it. They are closing in on a 2-0 against Optic Gaming right now. An 8-kill lead going into the final moments. And Optic, as they flew out off spawn, there was just a member of Rebellion time and time again shooting them in the back. 49, it's against 43, and all they need is to find one extra kill to send them into what would be such an advantageous position.
1 kill remaining. Formal's got snipe rifle. Mental has got to play this one slow. Which way is it gonna go? Which way will it push and pull? All of Optic Gaming have rotated out. They're gone towards house. They know they cannot give away another death. Lucid's got one. Can they capitalize? No! Suppressed double their series lead, and they're 1 away from the winners finals.
What on earth is happening in this tournament? We saw FaZe knock down to the elimination bracket just earlier. Optic taken to a game 5 against Pure in pool play, and now Optic are gonna have to reverse sweep again here if they want to find themselves in the winners final. Shopify Rebellion are looking like a different squad than we saw in Sunday in London. They are looking more like the squad we saw on Saturday in London when they took down the likes of SSG.
Optic Gaming standing strong, making sure they keep defending, but Rebellion, will they get frustrated with the opportunities that are being handed to them that they can't capitalize on?
As again, Optic Gaming shutting down members of Rebellion.
You can dig the graves, Rebellion, but you can't force Optic to jump in. Cykul's got the overshield, and he could be looking to get himself back in the game. Triple kill for him.
And surrounding all these Rebellion players, the flag is not yet home, and it is going to be a last-ditch attempt from Optic, and they get the pull to delay Rebellion.
Cykul done so much damage, but nobody fell. That's important. Mental and Suppressed will fall. Flag's getting sent home. Formal sends it home. We're running out of time here. Rebellion have got to throw everything they have forward.
Last remaining player was Formal, and he sent it home, and might have just won the game here for Optic Gaming, if not for something of a moment of magic from a Rebellion player. But with SoulSnipe going down and Formal on the flag, surely it's too late. But 3 are dead, and anyone going to touch it? Yes, they will. Cykul gets the grab, but it's a great trade. But now 3 are down for Optic, and Rebellion can keep this one moving.
Mental's going to keep driving this one forward. He's made it all the way to the car side, receiving damage from the opposing fridge, but it doesn't matter. He's going to get his shields back in time. Cykul provides cover fire, but will it be enough? A grenade spins up, takes his shields away. They're going to have to play this one patient. SoulSnipe gets Formal. Mental gets Trippy. Dead Zone's going to kill, but it's not enough. We're all tied up, and we're going to run it back.
But Rebellion are 3 down, so it doesn't look like it's phased Optic. All 4 dead, and they're moving the flag. Rebellion need to hope they can get someone quickly to the other side of the map.
Optic getting icy, Rebellion getting dicey. The green wall restores some parity to this series. 2-1 now the score, and you know the seed that was planted is starting to grow. They could be on for a reverse sweep. But how often do we see teams get to this position where they look as though they're gonna put one of the big 3 to the sword, but ultimately, somehow, some way, the big guns fire back and fire themselves forward in these winner bracket finals, in these winner bracket semi-finals. The big teams always have the ice. Will the same story ring through here, or will Rebellion cause the upset? Rebellion apply the pressure again. Formal gets put in the ground, and again Lucid and Dead Zone are in a position where they do not want to be. Kills go in their favor, and Rebellion are holding strong with 85 seconds of time. Optic Gaming are in trouble here. They're on the ropes, and they've got to go. All 4 dead, and Rebellion are closing in on victory. They just have to hold the ball. Cykul's keeping it safe as a baby, and Rebellion complete the upset. 3-1 the final score.
Some choice words from SoulSnipe as Optic Gaming gets sent into that elimination bracket.
Well, one man we highlighted at the start of the series, Dan, was Suppressed. Well, Blaze has got an interview with him down on the main stage. Take it away, fella.
Thank you so much, Jersey and Dan. Atlanta, make some noise for Shopify Rebellion as they're going to the winners finals to play up against SSG. And I got Megalodon with me on the main stage, man. Talk to me about it. 3-1 against the Optic Gaming. Last event, they 3-0'd y'all, okay? How does it feel to get revenge in this series?
It feels good, man. Playing against Optic, you know, they have a huge fan base. We hear y'all, man. It's just a lot of pressure on us, so it's a good dub.
Definitely is a good dub there. Now, you guys go up 2-0 in this series, but then slowly started to almost slip away right there. Then we see them started hitting some bodies and everything like that. How was y'all feeling there in that last round of oddball?
I mean, that first round, we just kind of gave them it. We were stacking each other, and then we kind of picked it up round 2 and 3, so feels good. I also have to say that first hill on recharge, we had it almost capped, but Mikey's controller actually disconnected, so.
Okay. No wonder why you guys got so much momentum after you tied it up 2-2 right there to really kind of close that map out. Now, going forward here, you guys going up against SSG tomorrow, okay? And you ain't played them since you beat them in London, okay? How does it feel to play against those guys in the winners finals?
SSG?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, SSG is a great team. We know what they're capable of. We're just gonna go straight at them, so.
Gonna go straight at them, okay? I love that from you, Suppressed, but lastly, what do you want to say to the Shopify fans out there?
Any Shopify fans, I appreciate you guys. I mean, it's all love.
It's all love right there, okay? That's gonna do it for me and Suppressed on the stage. Lot, take us away.
Started off the day with our series versus Alpha Esports. It's the Latson team from Open Bracket. They were actually like kind of good, I can't lie. It was like we 3-0'd them, but like every game was like sort of close. We had to like actually like try our hardest for sure. So we got them out the way, and then I had like a 2-hour break until we played Quadrant, which is our winners round 1 match, and they've been looking like really good online at least. and like they like beat Optic like 7-0 in scrims and stuff like that. So we thought it was gonna be a pretty hard match, but like we got into the game. First game, Argyle flagged, just 3-0'd them in like 5 minutes.
3-1. Oh, the 3-0 series?
I mean,
the flag.
Oh, it's a 3-1 flag? Okay, well, man, it felt like it, so. But basically, yeah, we thought they were going to get at that because, you know, they're really good at sniping, but we just kind of like put them down. And then it was a Street Slayer, I think, after that.
Something like that.
Yeah, I don't really remember how that game went, but, you know, we won. And then, what was the last one? Oddball?
Something like that.
Yeah, I mean,
it's been so long.
I don't remember either, but, like, it was pretty easy, I can't lie, so.
I think it was Street Ball. Yeah, it was pretty easy, though.
Yeah, no, we expected them to be better, but I guess they came out flat. I don't know. But next match versus Optic in our winners semifinals, and we knew that was going to be a tough match. We also knew if we lost that match, we had to play FaZe and lose bracket. So we definitely did not want to lose that at all. And first map, Recharge King of the Hill. We honestly were not that great at this map, not going to lie. We've been trying to work on it recently because, you know, we've been losing it every single time in scrims, but we managed to pull out the dub, and Mikey Satori didn't get like weirdly disconnected. We definitely would have 4-0'd the shit out of him on the Recharge King of the Hill, but you know, it's all good.
Yeah, I mean, we also try to work on our first hill all the time online. We like never win it, and we're finally about to win, and this guy's controller dies, so it's like not meant to be.
Yeah, so that's just unfortunate. In the next game, Lifeheart Slayer, we're a pretty good Slayer team, but Optic's also a great Slayer team. So I mean, it was definitely a tough game. I'm pretty sure we were up like most of the game. But they were always like hanging in there with us, but like we eventually just like got the dub, got some snipes, you know, played our lives, you know, just played together. Next game, Aquario CTF. I think we lost like 3-2. We managed to cap an OT and tie it and force overtime, but they just won the break and cap the flag in like literally 30 seconds. But we need to definitely work on getting some more overshield on that map, because I think we got 0 obbies and we almost won somehow. So and that kind of, got to get a single overshield. We might be able to win that series. I mean, win the game.
Yeah.
But the next map, Streets and Ball. Ball is definitely our best game type, so feeling pretty confident going to that. Round 1, I think we were up like a
decent amount.
We were up
to say the least.
We just got on round 1 because we were up like 80 points, and then we lost somehow.
Optic Gaming have hands on Ball. Mental can try, but it does not matter.
But then we locked in for the rest of the game, you know, came back and won the series. 3-1.
Nice, dude. Take a breather.
Yeah, appreciate that.
But another team looking to also make one hell of a run. Of course, that's Shopify Rebellion. And we've had many questions about this roster, how they come into Sundays, how they're going to get over the hump of this tremendously big deal of a day. And so far, it hasn't looked too good for them. But maybe they've learned from some of that. Maybe they do have the experience to know that they have to play up to a championship Sunday in order to lift that trophy.
Yeah, I think it is that experience that they really needed to get under their belts. And now that they have that, a couple of championship Sundays for a couple of these players, maybe not going their way, but they will start to catch on. And they have proven to me time after time so far this season in big series against the best in the world, they have what it takes to get the job done. If they can consistently play like they have this weekend so far, they may be the team leading up, holding up that trophy. And I could not be more impressed with the slaying duo of Cykul and Supressed and the damage and the kills that they are getting against some of the best in the world. They are standing out as individuals.
That duo has been unbelievably strong for this team. I do want to also point out that Cykul has his moments as an individual. That skill ceiling, well, I don't think we've actually caught it yet because he just continues to impress. I mean, yesterday against Optic Gaming, folks, he had 31k damage, actually over that. That is 4k more than the second highest in that lobby. That is unbelievable stats. When you look at Optic Gaming, that is not an easy task to do, to be kind of wiping the floor with a championship roster like that. Cykul being so young, I mean, that kind of impression that he's leaving on other players, that demands respect.
I mean, it was a stat we were looking at coming out of London, right? We were looking at damage differentials, what players are putting out damage but not taking a huge amount. Cykul was the top of that list. He was absolutely phenomenal in London, and it's continuing here. This isn't a fluke event. This isn't a player who's kind of just putting a couple of good games together. This is a player
player, like you said, Wes, who is separating himself from a pack of established veterans now and really is making his own story. And I think he's really giving us Pistola vibes in the way that he positions himself around the map. Always has an escape route. Such an intelligent player, and really excited to see what he can do on Sunday.
It's winners finals time. Rebellion versus SSG. We teed it up before the start. It's a redemption arc for both these teams for very different reasons. Spacestation, who have ambitions to win championships. Rebellion are here to upset the establishment. It's shields up, it's weapons hot, and we're underway.
We are underway, and I want to see more of a fight from Shopify Rebellion compared to London. They limped out of Championship Sunday, but it looks like they want it a little bit more. They've had that experience now of getting to top 3. They've tasted that success, but surely when you have that little bit of a taste, you want more. You have that desire to go that one step further, and now it's just SSG standing in Shopify Rebellion's way.
A and B remain in Rebellion's control, but how long can they hold it? How long can they withstand the pressure?
Well, 3 are dead. C is being flipped. Is this going to be one of those moments when you said, I was there when Rebellion were able to make a comeback against Spacestation? Or is it just going to be them limping over the line a little bit here? You can see there is a lot of control for Shopify Rebellion to work with, and they're not scared to be pushing SSG right now. But the only fear I have, if you start to push a little bit too much, it does create gaps. It does create openings for Spacestation, but they are still scoring here, and SSG need to be careful. Rebellion were starting to get into the swing of things, but they just gave themselves a little bit too much to do.
But they have got to try and risk pushing across C plat or try and play out time here and wait for Spacestation to make the move. And they're getting so much ground, they're squeezing Shopify Rebellion all the meanwhile.
And if you could duck enough of them, he will run out of ammo eventually, but it is a risky game to play. Overtime starting to come into the equation potentially here, but now here comes a bit of a push from SSG.
SSG make the push. Cykul stolen the camo from right under them, and Eco gets the kill! Spacestation Gaming, 2 to the good, and 1 away from grand finals. Taking a look at the King of the Hill Slayers then, there's a reason why Cykul was highlighted by Active at the start of the series. He can be that man, he has that superstar power, but on the other side of things, you're looking at royalty, Halo royalty, a world champion in Stellar. This one's on a knife's edge.
It's a 2-for-2 trade. It is so close. Is there any utility left? Do you have any grenades left? It's going to be one more going down, but Stella falls. And Rebellion, have they done enough? No, because Legend's still alive. Spacestation fighting tooth and nail to try and stop this one, and Legend gets another. Maybe SSG have done enough, but there's still hope. It's a big stick. Will it be enough?
This one's not over yet, or is it? Spacestation are in it, and Eco wins it for his team to complete the clean sweep. They're going to grand finals.
It's another valiant effort from a Shopify Rebellion roster that just seems to get better and better.
Coming up next, we have our Elimination Finals. One team goes on, one team goes home. It's pretty simple, but very complex when it comes to this series because we have 2 incredible teams ready to battle it out. And kicking things off, Shopify versus Optic. Shopify Rebellion, this is going to be no easy task for these lads, but I do think they've had some experience now on Championship Sundays. They can come out. I hope that they're ready mentally for this battle because they're going to need something out there, something special to get the job done.
SoulSnipe knowing somebody's weak down there. He's also doing it all. He has the most kills and the most time here for Shopify Rebellion. So doing absolutely everything his team needs for him to push up against Optic here in this round number 2.
7 points, and finally Shopify get that ball back in hand. 4 points as the first player for Optic goes down, but here comes Trippy, a double for SoulSnipe. Who else? 24, 5, and 18. SoulSnipe needs 1 more point to take this to a round 3. 3 members of Optic go down. Shopify get ball in hand, and here we go, Shopify. The resiliency here in round 2 was impressive, but on to round 3. Shopify have to play towards bottom middle, and Optic Gaming are patrolling bottom middle right now. They got ball in hand, 97 points, and game 1 is over. Put a punctuation on it. Woosen said, I'll do it myself. And Optic Gaming find themselves up 1-0 in our Elimination Finals. If you're Shopify, you've been in so many close games today, but you haven't been able to punch the ticket. The stats on the Slayers on the screen here for Shopify give you some promise that they're going to be able to tie this series up?
Absolutely. I mean, look at that. They're the best Slayer team here in 2024.
Cykul finally wins his first one-on-one, but it's too little too late. 49 now to 32.
I like this play from Optic. They're fighting fire with fire. They're being aggressive. Even if they're down in member, they're pushing across where they feel like they have openings, trying to isolate fights, or at least put the aggression on their terms.
And looking at an Argyle CTF and how dominant Optic have been with the power weapons so far through this series, you have to be weary of what Lucid and Formable are capable of with that snipe.
Yeah, it's absolutely an uphill battle here for Shopify Rebellion.
This is game right here. Optic with a flag on the move, snipe in the hands of Lucid, and here it comes. Back to the base, it's a long route, and Lucid is gonna try and deny respawners from Shopify overextending. Lucid's gonna succeed at that denial as he finds the head of one. Optic will punch it in, and Optic Gaming are headed to the grand finals.
Sitting here Sunday night of HCS Atlanta. Just want to recap today. We started off in winners finals this morning. We had a very tough matchup with Spacestation Gaming. They have been playing really well this event, and we're fresh off beating Optic from the winter semis. We previously beat SSG at London, so we were feeling pretty confident headed into the series. And unfortunately, we fell 0-3. We had some really winnable games. We just didn't really ice up. It's probably the general term of our gameplay. I thought we were playing pretty well. We just had a couple things not go our way. We lost the first game by a decent bit, but had a slow start. But more importantly, game 2, we lost 50-49. Game 3, we lost 4-3 on Hell. Both could have went our way. We could have been up 2-1. But, you know, that's the way Halo Infinite is. It's a momentum game. So we just had to, like, shrug that series off. And, yeah, we had a rematch against Optic in the lower finals. So, yeah, a rematch from the previous night. They had just come off a victory, a Game 5 victory versus Pure. So they were pretty confident. They seemed like they've been back into form a little bit. And, yeah, they just kind of were playing really lights out against us. Individually, they were hitting a lot of snipes, hitting a lot of shots, winning a lot of pivotal battles. We lost a close game 1 in round 3 of Oddball Live Fire, and then we sort of just didn't regain after that. We lost to Slayer pretty badly, and then game 3 wasn't really competitive at all. We lost 3-0 in Argyle CTF. So yeah, we fell 0-3 on today, Sunday. Kind of a repeat performance of our last event at HCS London. We really tried to prepare for this event, for this same thing to happen, and for some reason it happened again. Luckily, we were able to beat another top team in Optic. So we've shown that we're capable of beating Spacestation, beating Optic. We were competitive with FaZe at the opener. We went to game 5 with them and lost by a few kills. So we know where we stand. We're happy to be in the mix, but we're not satisfied now because we're so close to winning. Finishing 4th, 3rd, and then 3rd again. It looks good on paper for our team, but we know that we can win an event. And we just really have to get back to the drawing board, get back to how we can come more prepared on these Sundays against these teams who've been here before. Whereas now we're just knocking on the door for an event win. Yeah, so, you know, heading into these last 2 events in Salt Lake City and Worlds, we just have to figure out what to do on Sundays, figure out what to do against the other top teams. And now, you know, we have some other teams knocking on the door like Pure and Into the Breach. The Sentinels is still up there. So just have to stay prepared, get better, figure out what the hell's going on Sundays at these events, and, you know, hopefully take one of these events home.